Yeah, shall we go ahead and take on the Crystal Quest now? So, now that we have gotten ourselves right to the precipice of the end, let's go ahead and take on the 3 Aether Current Crystal Quests, starting with the Bureau Attendant, taking on his quest entitled Responsible Creation. The Bureau Attendant seems to be regarding you like a lost young child. Greetings and welcome to the Bureau of the Architect. Are you in need of assistance? It will be my pleasure to answer any questions you might have. To your left is the counter where you may submit registrations for new creations. To your right you'll find the counter where you may requisition concepts on file. Can you explain that a little simpler? Am I correct in assuming you are not familiar with the services we provide? I see. A more detailed explanation is in order then. You understand that by harnessing the power of creation we can give physical form to all manner of concepts, yes? Picture a bouquet of fresh, fragrant flowers or the colors of a rainbow. Now picture those self-same flowers formed of delicate crystal, impossibly fragile and radiating in hues beyond the visual spectrum. Every day our people push the boundaries of imagination to conceive new and striking designs like these. But there are limits to what a single individual can shape with their abilities alone. Those who harbor greater ambitions may offer their concepts to others here, that they might with the strength of many accomplish what one cannot. Not all concepts are approved for wider distribution, of course. Dangerous, subversive creations pose a risk to everyone, and so it is only after a comprehensive evaluation, after a concept is judged to further the greater good, that we permit it to be shared with the community. Do you understand, little one? I guess. Since you are here, I think you might benefit from conversing with some of the others currently availing themselves of our services. Why don't you go and speak with some of our citizens waiting for the registrations to be processed? Much as I would like to believe my explanation is more than sufficient, I expect that you may gain greater insight in this way. Alright, then let's go ahead and do just that. By speaking with this Connie Amaurot team. Hello there. Yeah, you gotta come down to my level. Hello, little one. So rare it is to see one of your size roaming about here. Come to learn about the Bureau, are we? I'm here today to register a new creature. Boneless, and with semi-translucent skin, it drifts through the air, like a dancer on a spring breeze. Its tentacles trailing behind. It utilizes gas bladders to propel itself from place to place, you see. I'll admit it is not the most elegant of designs. I'd not shed a tear if it were rejected, quite frankly. But what can I say? I take pleasure in conceiving unorthodox designs. A beginner like you shouldn't take after me, though. If you're looking to pick up a few tips, you should probably ask someone else. Is that my number they just called? If you'll excuse me. Is that your number? They have smartphones here? Alright, let's go over to the passionate Amaurot team. You the child I saw speaking with the attendant earlier. I thought so. So young and already so eager to learn about your concepts and creations. That curiosity will serve you well, little one. I've been credited with a few popular concepts, I'm proud to say. I'm hoping that my latest will be equally well received. Autonomous figures. As in robots? I'd say my latest, but really it's the product of many others' efforts and individual insights. But such is the case for every master work, I reckon. Autonomy notwithstanding, these creations know no fear. They are wholly devoid of emotion, and will without hesitation or resistance engage in any dangerous activity, even if death is assured. There's a beauty in that, I think, and I hope the officials do so as well. I tell you, there is nothing more nerve-wracking and thrilling than the waiting period before you receive the results. I love it, and hate it in equal measure. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about it. If you're still keen to learn more, why not pester that worrywart over yonder? Come to think of it, I think their particular creation was designed to appeal to children. I guess to you, I do look like a child, don't I? Considering your stature. Hello there, sir. You there, an aspiring creator come to learn about the Bureau and its inner workings, I trust. That's all well and good, but since you're here, perhaps you can help me with a little something. I've been refining a concept of mine for some time now. Adorable little creatures designed to be the perfect plaything for any young citizen. But I'm still terribly unsure if it's ready to be submitted for approval. Which is why I was hoping you might first put it through its paces and tell me what you think. Your honest opinion. I'll have no flattery from you, young man. This matrix will allow you to summon my creations, but don't use it here. Take it outside first, and don't be afraid to play rough. It's all part of the fun. Okay. Are you catching up to me as in you're catching up in terms of the quests, or you're catching up on the stream? Because if you're catching up on the stream, I would highly advise you to not see what happened an hour ago. Alright, to the destination. Let's go ahead and use this concept matrix that it gave us. Here we are. Mischievous playthings. Oh no. Yeah, also this doesn't work on heavy anymore. Yeah, it's now just an evasion tactic. And nothing else. Ugh. Yeah, I'm pretty much got no choice but to try and deal with this. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go ahead and ride. Oh, it even affects me when I'm on a mount. I actually never knew that. Down I go. Yeah, can we call these things friendly? How did you find my lovelies? Were they as delightful and engaging as I hoped? Tell me everything, spare no details. Well, actually they're pretty violent. I say, they spouted nonsensical phrases and attacked you like mad beasts. How distressing and not at all like what I intended. My sincerest apologies to you, little one, for the unpleasant experience. Still, from these experiences, we grow stronger and wiser. I look forward to the day when you will try your hand at creation too. I don't think that'll ever come, but... yeah, and off he fades away. Alright. 1 down, 2 to go. Oh, what's going on? I guess, Crow's still getting used to healing. Because, yeah, Crow came with an ult a few days ago that he wanted to bring into the FC. And so, yeah, it's a primary healer. Alright, so down here over to the patronizing Amaurot team to take on their quest entitled Community Cohesion. The patronizing Amaurot team is struggling to conceal their disapproval of your attire. I must say, little one, those garments you're wearing, they are your own original concepts, I take it. Clearly they must be, given their rather singular flamboyance. Well, it is flamboyant. I would never dream of stifling a fledgling creator's creativity, but to parade about in your cultivated individuality is hardly praiseworthy. That's a shame. An Amaurot team of characters shares the creations with the community. They do not hold them for their use alone. To delight in disparity is a mark of the morally deficient. Disparity engenders feelings of want and resentment which degrade the bonds of fellowship. Thus do we encourage creators to share and share alike, else we risk kindling the embers of covetousness and violence that ever smolder in the hearts of all. Therefore, I must implore you, little one, to cast aside your original trappings and don the communal robes, that you might acquit yourself as an equal among many. In doing so, you will be afforded greater respect and autonomy. Worry not, for this will be a simple affair. I recall seeing a gentle soul outside the Hall of Rhetoric carrying robes perfectly suited for one of your diminutive stature. I am sure they will be glad to share their wealth with you. But do hurry, little one. The eyes of the collective are ever watching and weighing your worth. Alright. So we have to dress up like them now? Well, I guess it'll definitely help us to blend in better. That is something we can take pride in. If we can blend in better, sure. Hello there. Oh, aren't we looking rather smart this day? What can I do for you, little one? Well, this guy said for me to come to you. Robes to serve in lieu of your ensemble? Ah, how prudent. Alas, I have nothing I can offer you at this present time. The ones you saw associated with me carrying earlier were failed experiments. I never intended to make them so small, so I disposed of them shortly thereafter. Yeah, failed experiment. Care to elaborate on this? By your bemused expression, I gather you find it odd that your elders can fail in so simple an application of creation magics? It is more common than you may realize, little one. In this instance, a gaggle of children was passing by as I held the image of the robes in my mind's eye. Simply by becoming aware of their presence was the form influenced and the final product changed. All things considered, it could have been worse. Just the other day I was attempting to conceive a white-haired lion, when all of a sudden this exquisite eagle alighted on the nearby railing, giving me quite the shock and dramatically altering my initial concepts. Yes, indeed, it was the most unexpected development, but not an altogether unwelcome one. Great strides are often born from unexpected impetuses. But even inspiration has its limits. For all the wonders we have wrought, I do wonder if there will come a time when we have fully explored the potential of our powers, when there is truly nothing left unmade, and only iteration and imitation and stagnation remain. But such esoteric matters need not concern you, little one. For now I would encourage you to embrace your creativity and work your magics without fear of failure. Nevertheless, it would still be in your best interest to don the appropriate robes to avoid excess scrutiny. Why don't you go to the Bureau of the Architect and request the appropriate concept so you can fashion one yourself? Alright. So back over this way. So we're basically going back the way we came. So down we go. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, not that way. Or is it? Nope, no, it's this way. I was thinking the exact same thing there, Iris. Yeah, all this time I was thinking to myself, how did people rebel and give rise to Heidelin? And it seems to be becoming more clear to me as I do these quests. Hey, clerk. Welcome to the Bureau of the Architect, little one. Are you here to request a concept for personal use? If so, what sort of concept did you have in mind? Well, if you need to know... Ah, communal robes. That will take but a moment to prepare, but before I fill your request, I should caution you. Pardon me for asking, but your creative potential is, relatively low, is it not? We are trained to assess these things, and I feel you do not possess the ability to express this concept in physical form. It's almost as though you completely lack it, though that can't possibly be. But regardless of the reason, you needn't worry. We have special tools that may be used to address this very eventuality. I will furnish you with an etheric rope you can use to restrain one of the misbegotten cubits that congregate in the plaza north of Academia Ander. So you're aware of those. You will need to weaken your core before you can reliably blind them, but once you have, you can repurpose their energies to create your own robes. Alright. Sounds like something that would be perfect for a crafter. So yeah, let's go find these things again. Yeah, chilling out on the other side of the city. Yeah, hang on, guys. We'll get back to you. Don't worry. Alright, so down the hill. And we find our first Cubus. Which we only need one. Alright, and then rope it. There we go. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, I guess because of the strong gear we have, it's not that much of a concern currently. And so we'll go ahead and hang a right. So back to the clerk. Welcome back, little one. Did you succeed in finding a Cubus? You have done well, little one. Allow me to siphon its energies and prepare the matrix for you. It should only take a moment. Here you are, a creation matrix that you may use to generate your own robes. Well, thank you very much. The concept is inscribed upon the crystal which has been infused with the ether of the beast you brought me. That sounds cool. What? Why are you looking at me as though you do not know how to channel the powers of creation? It's as natural as breathing. Even a newborn babe has the instinct. Even if your potential is lacking as one of our people, you must surely know what to do. Well, at least we're getting this lightning cluster, as well as the ether current. And then there was one. All the way down at the Hall of the Rhetoric. Let's go ahead and check it out. Yeah, and then we'll go around the corner and head to the end of the street. Okay. So over to this loquacious Amaurot team. With the final of the Aether Current quests and the final side quest, I guess, entitled Debate and Discourse. The loquacious Amaurot team wishes to engage you in a battle of wits. Greetings, little one. Come to debate? And at so young an age, how wonderful. Shall we retire to the benches and settle on a topic? I'm good, thanks. Oh, my apologies for jumping to conclusions. My friends are not quite as fond of the Hall of the Rhetoric as I am, so I have a habit of chatting up any potential conversation partners. So if you are not here to debate, I presume you are here to learn about the mysterious and esoteric goings-on here. It will be my pleasure to act as your tutor in these matters, if you will indulge me. The Hall of Rhetoric, as its name indicates, a place where citizens may freely gather to discuss and debate all manner of topics. This central forum is ideal for open discourse, but small rooms are available for those desiring more intimate conversation. Oh, and there is a wealth of reading material concerning rhetorical techniques and history penned by the greatest minds on offer as well, should you wish to refine your techniques through self-study. To my mind, however, rhetoric is a living, breathing thing that is best experienced in the moment of conception and execution. Perhaps the demonstration would best serve to further your education. I saw a contemporary of mine engaged in a lively debate earlier, just outside the hall. Go and see if they are still here, and issue them to my personal invitation to a friendly battle of wits. An Amaurot firebrand? Does such a thing even exist here? Everyone's all so monotone. Alright, firebrand. But that is precisely my point. That their obsession with the so-called mandates to approve only the most beneficial concepts of wider distribution, never mind the ridiculously subjectivity of their criteria, has led the Bureau of Architect astray from its original purpose. Oh, and now we're seeing the seeds of Highland planted. Hello there. Have you business with me, child? Regardless, I am in the middle of a heated discussion with my partner. Come back later. We gotta stay at it? No, my position has nothing to do with the intrinsic value of unique identity and whether or not it is retained. Rather, I posit that the reproductions of a given concept are inherently imperfect, and thus they are themselves unique, albeit in minor but significant degrees, and most importantly, this variance is not to be condemned, but celebrated. Better than that to strive in vain for an impossibly possible standard that, even if met, would leave us lesser for the lack of diversity. Now Amaurotines appear to be engrossed in their debate, utterly deaf to you and your pleas for attention. So we'll just keep trying, apparently. Yeah, we're not going away! My, aren't you a stubborn little bugger. It's strangely endearing, I must admit, but we have all the time in the world. Why are you so insistent that I speak with you this very instant? Because we want to learn more about you. Ah, you are acquainted with that chatterbox. I suppose I do owe them a debate or two, and now's as good an occasion as any. So be it. Yeah, you're done? He's done. Yeah, and so's his friend. Okay, here we go. And so, I see you found my friend. Thank you, little one. Then without further ado, let us commence the promised debates. There's a whole cutscene dedicated to this, apparently. Yeah, time for a point-counterpoint. As to the matter of what subject we shall debate today, I propose the recent calamity which has befallen our friends across the pond. What say you? The singular point of contention is, of course, whether or not Amaurot should intervene on their behalf. I believe we should. The scale of disaster which threatens that distant metropolis is of a scale heretofore unseen, and so equally considerable resources must be committed to counteracting its effects. I disagree. The scale concerns me less than the nature of the proposition itself. Who are we to unilaterally intervene in the affairs of those half a world away? Are we to be the saviors of one and all? Such arrogance may well lead to our own downfall. He gives this some thought. While I understand your concerns from a philosophical standpoint, I fear you're too quick to dismiss practical considerations out of a desire to maintain an unassailable moral authority. Is that really how you see it? But let us, you and I, hold here for the present and offer the floor to our young students. You have heard our opening salvos in this debate concerning the matter of our neighbors across the sea. What is your opinion on the matter? To ignore the plight of one of those... Yeah, we get to quote previous Final Fantasy XIV lines. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence, or we cannot save everyone. Sometimes it is all we can do to save ourselves. Nope. Let's go with what Alice told Mathia. Indeed, indeed. The same can be said regardless of one's opinion on the morality of intervention. There is a clear and undeniable benefit to Amaurot in using this situation as a testbed for our newest creations, that we might develop and refine our defenses against the potential threats to our own fair city. how readily you see the moral high ground. Was not our young friend's point that we have an ethical obligation to aid those in need? Yet not only do you elect to focus on the benefit of Amaurot alone, but you also deprive our distant neighbors of the agency to determine their own fates. You misunderstand me. What benefits Amaurot benefits all creation. I firmly believe, for the knowledge and wisdom we stand to gain from intervention can then be shared with others, empowering everyone to more effectively surmount similar trials in the future. And so on they go. Yeah, so it'll take a while for them to stop their debate. But now they're done. I must say it has been far too long since I engaged in such a refreshing exchange of ideas. My colleague was equally delighted by the opportunity, you may be assured. Some decry it as little more than an academic exercise. After all, we failed to reach a meaningful consensus. But I dare say they missed the forest for the trees. Are we not more enlightened by the experience? Have we not been exposed to a greater variety of viewpoints? Is there not value in this alone? I truly believe we are blessed to be a part of a society that exalts the free exchange of ideas and that encourages active participation in the public discourse. This may have been no more than your first foray into the exciting world of rhetoric, but I sense you have a soul of a debater in you. You may well have the potential to change Amaurot in ways no one else ever thought possible. I shall be watching your trajectory with great interest, my young friend. I don't think you want to know what I'm likely going to do next. Alright, all side quests done. So now, let's find those remaining Aether Currents. 610 to the north. So likely on the outside of the city. Well, let's start getting them all. There's 6 to find and we need to get them. Not a one can be spared. Alright, so we obviously have to go back through Akora Heights. And so once we get to the door, obviously we're going to go back upstairs. Alright. 283 Northwest. So still going. Yeah, we pretty much accumulated distance just by going up the elevator. Yeah, chances are we probably drove by Occurrence. Because yeah, we're so focused on checking this brand new world out. It's gonna be up on the top tier, or is it? It's gonna be over here. Alright. Further north. So yeah, let's make this happen. So yeah, probably in that one area that we skipped by before. But we'll know it in a minute. $130 northeast. So yeah, it's probably exactly where I think it is. Yeah, so loop around. And it does not look like we can pull ourselves up there. Let's keep going. Is the Aether Current at the end of the tunnel? It is not at the end of the tunnel. In fact, that's all water. So yeah, it's back over in this one section. And it's not often I swim fully armored, but kind of gotta do it here. But yeah, while we're doing this, first opinion on what you've seen so far. Like, obviously for some of you, you know how this all went down. Like, it's above me, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, we might... like, I don't really know how we're supposed to get further. Like, maybe there's a pond somewhere that connects one to the other. It's a shame we can't go to that particular spot. Oh, it's right there. Plain sight. Yeah, that does happen quite a bit. Hey, Joshuka, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Alright, next. 11:53 to the east, so we're getting out of here. Oops, nope. I want to go to the Ondo Cups. .328 southeast. Alright, so back to the cups. And it's 3:47 to the east. We still need to leave the place though. It's a shame, really a shame we cannot go up there. Yeah, we'll just have to go around. Okay, now the current changed its position, so obviously we're going to get back to this one later. Closer. 57 to the east. Yeah, probably at the mouth of where the dry return. Yeah, that's because yeah, it does have a tunnel at the end, so that might be what it is. Yeah, I'm so used to all these Aether currents being in complicated positions. Like, it really is surprising that a lot of the Aether currents here in Shadowbringers have been in more easily accessible areas. And that's been a real surprise I've noticed. Alright, so I'm guessing up here. Ooh, yeah, don't throw yourself off. Do not throw yourself off. Okay, next. Oh, further northwest, okay. I was not expecting to take that much fall damage. I'm trying to stay away from the monsters while I'm getting my bearings here. Is it plain sight or is it... Okay, yep, plain sight. Yeah, like I said, this is so surprising, and this is the last location where ether currents can be found, which makes it even more surprising. 707 southeast. Then this will probably be the last one. It will be the last one. All right. Where's our way out? Up. Yep, here it is. Keep going. Looking. Yeah, guess where it is. Problem is, how are we gonna get in here? Is there a cave? Yeah. As I said, like, there should be like a... I'm surprised that there is nothing that could possibly be putting an aether current in a weird spot, but yeah, there it is. Alright, how are we gonna figure this out? Yeah, because now we're basically looking for a hidden path. Something that's not easily visible on the map. Or it could be... Okay, I think I just realized. Hold on. Yeah, it's a cave. It's located in a cave somewhere. Yeah, like this one right here. Yeah, hello, hello. Is this where it is? No, but there's a lot of spider webs for some reason. Up there, maybe? But I don't know if I can get up this. Where is it located? 42 north. Oh, wait a minute. In here? Yes. We got it. We got it. There we go. 100% completion. Alright, how much of the map still needs to be cleared off? Pretty much only the areas over here, and within the Caliban Gorge, and south of the workbench. Well, let's go clear them off. Yeah, now that we can fly, we can move faster. But I guess we will know one way or another if we can go over from one side to the other. Well, maybe. how high can we go? Or your mount can fly no higher. Ah. So obviously it has to be covered from the opposite side. We can at least reveal this. Alright, that's all been revealed. And it is a separated section. Alright, so now here's the area where we can just reveal even more of the map. Yeah, cut a swath through the whites. And with it we can also fly back over the city. How much more? All this down there, which means the capital. Plus there's also an area over here we still need to do. But I think we need to go into the cave to cover it. I might not need to, but we'll see what happens. Oh, what's going on there, Mira? Oh, no, it's okay. We can go through the, the areas with the crazy coral. Yeah, what's up, Mira? Yeah, are you stuck in the city or something? Oh, you are in the city and you want me to help you get to them. Like, are you able to play back through the stream and see the ones that I've spotted? And there we go, 100%. There's 100%. Alright, time to come in for a landing. Alright, let's get ready to touch down. So yeah, after all our hard work, it's time to hit the ground. And then, after we take a moment, we will go ahead and proceed, because there's only one quest left. And we'll take it on in just a moment.